channel. Welcome to today's college/transfer Q&A / coffee cart area setup type beat. Today's video is a mix of a bunch of different kinds of things. I just wanted to hang out with you guys and talk. So I feel like it's been a minute since we did that. If you guys hear noise in the background throughout this video, Stormy's eating dinner, which is my black cat, and she'll probably be popping in and out of the screen because if you guys haven't caught on, in my new apartment, she likes to be by me 24/7, but we love her. So yes, really quick before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by GREECHO. More information about them will be down below, but they actually sent me over a really fun package that we're gonna unbox together, and it is a new coffee maker, which I am so excited for. We're gonna unbox it, set it up, try some coffee, all the good things, all whilst talking all things college and transferring. I felt like this area of my apartment is like the one part that hasn't been finished. I already have an apartment tour up and like everything is really how I do want it, but this area has just been kind of like a conglomeration of random stuff, and I didn't have a coffee maker here and it was just kind of messy, but we finally have my dream coffee maker. Shout out GREECHO. And we're gonna get this area looking all cute. So we're gonna get the coffee stuff all set up and just make it better. So it's kind of like decorate with me while we talk questions. I have all the questions on my notes app on my phone. I saved everything y'all sent in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on. Oh, and you guys can kind of see Stormy a little bit. Hey baby, come here. Come here. Wanna say hi? Say, let's get right on into the video. Yeah, baby. All right, you guys, so we are going to answer questions while we unbox this. So the first question is, how do you time manage in college? So this was something I was actually really worried about back in high school, because a lot of you guys know I'm someone who's like always busy. I'm currently running a side business, training to be a cycle instructor. I do YouTube full time, that's my main work. I just accepted a part-time position as a Kendra Scott stylist. I do brand work on Instagram and TikTok. Like I do so many things, and I'm a full-time college student. And in high school, when I decided to go to college, I was really scared that wouldn't be possible. And let me just tell you, like if you want to, you will. You do have more time in your day than you realize. I mean, think of all the people who do so many things and they still make time for all that. This is so pretty. But basically, number one thing for me is time blocking. So I'll time block in my notes app. I'll say like, this is what I'm gonna do at this time, this time, this time. For me recently, I've tried to be more flexible with myself just because I don't know how I'm gonna feel throughout the day. So I try to have like a morning list, afternoon list, and night list. And then also, you might have to give up some weekends if you have some aspirations, like you want to really grow like your fitness journey, or you really want to get into cooking, or whatever it is that you're trying to time manage with school. It's possible to make time for it, but you might have to say no to some things. But really at the end of the day, you have a lot more time in the day than we realize, and I think to-do lists and time blocking are like huge when it comes to that. On a side note, look at this beautiful coffee. And let's just say, probably the number one thing for getting through your busy schedule in college, aside from getting it organized, is probably drinking coffee in the morning. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like my school day runs on coffee. Gotta have it. So this is about to help me out. And look how pretty. The packaging is gorgeous. It looks gorgeous inside the packaging. I'm so excited. All right, guys, so question number 2, how do you get involved with her campus as a transfer? I'm gonna try to make this question a little broader. This person saw that I'm currently the social media director for her campus at Mizzou, and then I got involved in that. So the answer to that is basically, I put throughout my socials are like my main way of work. I kind of count my Instagram and stuff as like a digital portfolio and a resume because it's the field I wanna be in. And so I think I can kind of stand out to people in that way, and I put on all of my stuff that I was transferring to Mizzou. So it made it pretty easy for Mizzou people to reach out to me, which was really helpful making friends, and it was also really helpful in getting opportunities. So actually her campus, and I don't remember if it was her campus or members of her campus that DM'd me and asked about it, and basically it led me to getting a chance at an interview, and after the interview I was offered the position of social media director, which was really exciting. But I do want to touch on that. I think for freshmen and transfer students, it's really, really important to get involved in your school, and you're going to feel a lot more part of it. You're going to be happier. You're going to feel like this place is more fit and right for you if there's parts of it that you are a part of, so that you're like actually part of the student body, you don't just attend class. If that makes sense? So my advice to you, if you are an incoming transfer student, incoming freshman, follow any orgs that you think would be interesting or like have your track in mind. So for me, like her campus is obviously social media, and I want to work in social media, but also it's going to be people with those similar interests to me because I read the different types of things they write about, as well as if you guys are really into art, find if there's art clubs, even like that. follow them on Instagram, and I would recommend like messaging them or seeing if they have like an email for that club. I'm also in Spirit Mizzou here, which I basically just heard about from friends after I got here. So be sure to go to like any club fair type things if you're new or just moved to the school. But also I think you can kind of go the extra mile and reach out on social media, because there's probably someone willing to help you, and most organizations want to grow. So it might not always be a leadership position, but getting in that club or group can really get you to eventually get that leadership position. All right, I'm pulling this coffee machine out. Okay, this is such easy packaging. You know when you get something in the mail and it's like in 5,000 parts and there's like 5,000 baggies and you're like, what do you want from me? That's how I feel sometimes. I feel pretty good right now. This is really easy. Okay, we just basically take this off. Really nice that it's in a bag just because it, you know, sure looks clean. All right, I'm about to be like that character that's in that kids TV show whose like head's cut off. But you guys can kind of see, first of all, I really love these suction cups, because if you guys didn't miss in the beginning when I was explaining, my cat likes to get into absolutely everything ever. So having a coffee machine that can be easily tipped over is actually key, and the only way I can even have a coffee machine. So shout out GREECHO for that. I'm taking all the little tape off. I love how secure this is mailed. All right, you guys, so quick pause to answer another college question. This was actually a transfer one. It is, were you hesitant to transfer? If so, how did you get over that feeling? So for me, I'm definitely somebody who like once something starts to get on my mind, I'm not afraid of change, so I will go and make that change if it's necessary. But I think if you're someone who's considering transferring, number one thing for me was, if I'm gonna complain about something in my life, I'm going to change it. And the minute that I realized I was complaining about my current situation, but it was a situation I was choosing to be in, like there are certain negative things that happen to us throughout life that you have no control over. And when you do have a situation that's negative that you have control over, why not take charge? You know, you can take control of your life in that aspect. And so when I knew it wasn't just a situational thing, that it was like the whole environment and it was everything, that I was just ready to leave, I knew. And so I really wasn't hesitant. But my number one thing for you would be to reflect on, if are the things you complaining about like very current, time-wise, situational, which even still can be a valid reason to transfer, just because I had a really positive transfer experience. So honestly, like if you're considering it, why not? Especially like if you're going, I went from out of state to in state, so it was gonna be saving me money. So it's like, once that thought comes into mind, like if you want to do that, you should do that. But a big thing is being like, would I be happier if I just tried something else, tried something new? Do I want change? There's nothing wrong with it. And also, I want to crush the myth right now that it's impossible to transfer and graduate on time. I hear all the time, oh, you transferred, you're in college for like 6 years. That's not true. I transferred and I will be graduating on time. I think I'm literally taking less credits than I would have had to take at Ole Miss to graduate. And basically, you just have to really do your research. I applied to a few different programs. I did all the transfer evaluation stuff, and I made sure the school I picked correlated with where I was, because for me, really it was financial, that I wanted to make sure I graduated on time. I didn't want to add a year to my schooling, and that's very much so possible. So don't let people discourage you. When there's a will, there's a way. If you need to talk to some different counselors, like school counselors, or if you need to talk to, most colleges actually have a transfer evaluation thing, so you can do a lot of it yourself. I vividly remember like about to have a mental breakdown in the Grove, being like, I'm never gonna be able to transfer. I'd have to be in college for like 6 years. I don't want this for me in my life. And I did more research and I figured out, no, we're good, because look at us now. I'm gonna take a break because your girl needs some coffee to keep talking. So first things first, we're going to pour some filtered water into this, which goes in the back of the coffee machine. When you make it, it is important to use filtered water. So mine's like inside my fridge. Fancy. All right, guys, so really quick, I'm going to be doing the before you brew process, and then I'll catch in with you guys. But when you guys order a GREECHO coffee maker, it actually comes with instructions for that. So I'll catch up with you guys when it's time to actually make the first cup of coffee. All right, just a little behind the scenes, you guys can see when you are doing that first step. I'm just letting water run all the way through it. Super easy. Ugh, guys, I miss having a coffee machine so much. For some reason, the sound literally brings me so much peace. My morning routine is about to be so improved. So it is all cleaned out. We're about to make our cup of coffee, which I'm so excited. I picked out my little cat mug. How cute is this? Stormy, it's okay. But I wanted to get into the next question before we do that. So somebody asked, how did you tell your friends at your old school you were transferring? So Basically, this is like kind of a hard one to answer. My best friend was my roommate, and I kind of told her, the day I even thought about it. She kind of heard me throughout the process. The day I even was like, I'm really not sure what I'm doing here. Like, I'm paying out of state school. I'm doing all my college in my bedroom, which was not Ole Miss's fault. That was every single college at that point. But like me as an out-of-state student, just for my personal circumstances, it was time to reevaluate that. And then, you know, I just wasn't happy at that point, and I think it was evident. Like, I'm not really a complainer. I kind of caught myself complaining over the few days before I really said, what if I didn't stay here? What if I didn't go here all 4 years and realized I kind of wanted change? So I told like my best friend, which was my roommate, like the day I even had that thought. And then I kind of got to I told my parents, I'm pretty sure, the day I even thought about it. And then at that point, I had no idea what I was going to do though. I was like, do I want to live in a van? Do I want to travel? Do I want to do school? Do I want to do only online school forever? Like, I had so many ideas and just none of them really Ole Miss. I have a video I literally filmed within like the first week of having those thoughts. I brought you guys along for so much of that transfer journey just because I was like, even if I don't, I just wanted to normalize that. I think it's really normal in college to be like not happy where you are. Stormy. Okay, I might have occupied her. I gave her a toy. I'm trying to get this filmed without her like knocking my camera over. So that's how I told my best friend. I had a newer group of friends I had started hanging out with. One of them's a YouTuber. Hi Avery, if you're watching this. They were so sweet, and they really did make that semester so much better. I really told Avery, one of the first times we met, I told her that I was not sure if I was gonna stay, and that at the time I really wanted to move to like a city, which obviously isn't where I ended up, but I just kind of knew I was ready for something different. And so that made it really easy because I kind of met her and her group of friends like when I was already not really sure what I was gonna be doing. And then the only other people I really had to tell were like acquaintances, because I kind of distanced myself from a lot of people in my life that just like weren't like not compatible friendships anymore, if that makes sense. Which is not bad on either's part, but like I didn't really have to tell them. I figured, you know, the word will get around that I'm not going here anymore. Like most people follow me on social media, and I talked about it from the minute I even thought about transferring. So my advice to you, because at first I was like, how do you even like tell people you're leaving? That's kind of an awkward, weird thing. Be honest, just like throughout the process. If somebody sees you enough that they're somebody that you need to tell that you're leaving the school, then they probably already know what's going on in your life and that you're unhappy and want the best for you. And also, word of advice, when you're transferring, don't make decisions to make other people happy. You're the one who has to live with your decisions. So yeah, you might get a lot of noise from the outside of thinking like what you should do, that it's not what they want you to do, whatever the case may be, but you're in charge of your life. And so take that charge. Don't let people make decisions for you. And people who want the best for you are going to support you when you know you're finding that new happiness and you've moved on. They're going to be happy for you. They're not going to begrudge you for leaving, if that makes sense. Is begrudge even the right word? I don't know. But you guys get what I'm saying. Make your choices for you, not for other people. That's in all aspects of life. All right, you guys. So intermission to actually make the coffee. Like I said, I have the cutest mug ever for this little, matches the vibe of this adorable GREECHO machine. We're gonna set it here. And then I'm actually using a K-cup just because this is what I have right now. I have this vanilla Starbucks cup, and we're going to put it in here. This is so easy to make and so much more time effective. I've had so many coffee machines in the past that like do not work, and it's so frustrating because I don't know about you guys, but I drink coffee in the morning and I'm always in a rush in the morning. All right, so you guys can see I can select a size. I'm just gonna do 8 ounces because it's a little bit later in the day, and then you can pick K-cup or ground. I have a K-cup in there. And all right guys, and there we have it. Who doesn't love that sound? All right, you guys, and just like that, my cup of coffee is ready. All right, you guys, so now I have my delicious coffee. We got Stormy playing in the background. I just have to let her be now. So we're gonna get into a few more questions, and then we will decorate this little area up, and then we can also always clean this, whatever the case that we might want. Okay, anyways, let's get back into questions. Did all of your credits transfer? Somebody asked. Like I was talking about before, a lot of people's fear with transferring is that their classes are going to be for nothing, which there are certain schools that when I looked into transferring, I was like, okay, all these hard classes I took are going to count for nothing. And that was not okay with me. A priority was like all my hard work. I wanted it to count. Mizzou took all my credits, they all count towards graduating, and I am just so happy with how everything transferred over. I literally have like tons of electives basically left till I graduate, like super smooth transition. Mizzou, I've heard in general, is really good for transferring. I will say that because I did look at schools that wanted you to like start from the top, which was just not okay with me because that was not prioritizing my time. All right, guys, so the next question is, have you ever felt pressured to party? I have not felt pressured. Have I been to my fair share of college parties? Absolutely, but it was always because I wanted to. But I do want to say, one, if you don't want to party in college, there are tons of things to do and clubs and organizations and all that you can get involved with to meet people and not be part of that scene if that's not your thing. And two, also maybe think through like what kind of party scene you're looking for in high school, in a college. Does that make sense? I feel like that's probably taken so the wrong way right now, but what I mean by that is, say when I went to Ole Miss, I was involved in things, there was other things to do besides party, but if you're gonna go to a school in a super small like SEC town, that is going to be the main thing that people do for fun. There was not there wasn't anything super close that was new to explore if you'd been there for more than a month. Does that make sense? Like there's the square, that's pretty much it. Now that I'm in Mizzou, I'm only an hour from St. Louis. I'm pretty close to Kansas City. There's things around me to go travel and see. So for me, my weekends, I have lots of opportunities to do things other than party if I don't want to party. Does that make sense? So maybe if you don't want to do that in college, look for a college kind of in like located in a busier area, or if you know that there's things you want to get involved with there that you could do, say, on the weekends. But have I been to my fair share of college parties? Yes. Don't feel pressured to do anything you don't want to do. Live out your truth and do what makes you happy. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more question sitting here and then we will get into decorating the coffee cart. Somebody asked, dealing with the lows in college, busy life, exams, etc. Guys, you know how many phases of college I've texted my mom and been like, I want to drop out? So many times. There's gonna be lows. There's lows in any stage of life, but college is really stressful. Like for most people, you're handling newfound financial stress because in high school, you didn't pay rent, you didn't pay for groceries, you didn't pay for toilet paper. Does that make sense? And then at the same time, you're tackling a really busy, heavy school load along with, once you even have the job to pay for those things, you have to go have the time to take care of your apartment, prepare food, make all of your meals, do all that, and it really can become a lot, and it can be really stressful, and it'll be often that you're like, why did I ever leave home? Why in high school did I ever want to leave? There are a lot of positive aspects though, and I think a really important thing with handling all these stresses and busy life and doing bad on tests and everything is, one, remember your why. Remember why you're doing what you're doing, and two, make time. You guys cannot see Stormy, she's literally sprinting back and forth. Anyways, make time for yourself and self-care, because so many times, like I said, there is so much you're doing during college. You're not just doing school like you were in high school anymore. There's so many new parts of your life. You've got to make time for yourself no matter what. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to start to feel negative, and you're going to start to like lose your purpose and drive in what you're doing. So for me, something I'm working on, I'm still not perfect at, and I'm a junior, is having like a certain time. She's inside the coffee box. Okay, anyways, have a certain time set aside that you are done for the day, that you watch Netflix or you read a book or you call your mom or whatever it may be. Having a good fitness routine, so important. Seriously helps relieve so much stress for me when I have like built up feelings of like, how can I even do it all? She almost just knocked this camera over. Miss Girl, you guys want a GREECHO coffee machine, or do you want?
Yeah. Hey, you're being very noisy during the video. Would you like to tell the people you're sorry? Sorry? Oh, you say not sorry.
Okay, I don't even know where I was in that, but basically it's just developing those healthy routines are going to keep all of the craziness of college from just like collapsing on you and smacking you in the face. Maybe getting involved with a church group on campus can be a really great place to go and have people to talk to. I know I had like a small group my freshman year through a church that really helped a lot through all the overwhelming waves of adjusting to this like new adult life mixed with extreme like academic life just all at once. But you guys got this, and just know you're not alone. Every college student gets really stressed out and feels like life is a lot, but we get through it. All right, guys, so taking a little break, I'm just gonna leave my coffee by my GREECHO coffee machine. Let's grab some things to decorate this area, bring some life to it, and then I'll answer my last few questions. All right. for this little area, I'm gonna add my milk frother. Like I said, we're about to have some moments with our GREECHO coffee machine. We're about to be living good. I'm just gonna set that by my candle. I also have some little coffee / tea essentials. My friend actually has like natural honey. Her dad has like a beekeeper farm. I don't really know what you call that, but I can use this for my throat. And then I'm also going to set my collagen peptides over here because I'm trying to put this in my coffee every morning. Alright guys, so I'm really happy with my little coffee area. We're gonna quick hop on, answer a few more college questions. So next question is, have you ever lived on campus? Yes, I have. If you guys wanna go back to my freshman year vlogs, I lived in 2 different dorms at Ole Miss. I had a roommate. I also lived in a dorm alone, so I kind of was able to vlog a lot of different like spaces and experiences for you guys, which was really cool. There are so many pros to living on a dorm. It is honestly the perfect like stepping stone into adult life. Like I remember my senior year of high school being like, there's no way right now that I could just move into an apartment and be a full-time real adult. Like I just didn't feel ready for that. And so college was such a good stepping stone, specifically the dorm life aspect, because I had a meal plan. You guys take advantage of that while you have it. You have a bathroom that is cleaned for you daily. Like yes, it's community, but also like you don't have to scrub your own toilet. So just enjoy it, honestly. But dorm life has so many pros. I feel like people really hate dorm life. I didn't love dorm life with a roommate just because for me, like you guys, I live in an apartment alone. I much so prefer doing life on my own a lot of the time. But if you guys have a chance to live in a dorm by yourself, that is quite the experience. It's also a great way to meet people all around. Dorm life is a great thing. Okay, a lot of times I feel like I just, out of not being considerate or thinking through things, I forget a lot of you guys aren't from the United States, which is so cool. The fact that you guys wouldn't watch my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. And I need to start doing a better job at explaining to you guys like the college education system. Some people are like, what is a sorority? Like, what is college? What is all this stuff you're doing? So I thought someone was in my window. When somebody asked how long does college go for, at first I was like, how long does college go for? But you might not know how long college goes for the United States, because we do like gen eds. We do, I feel like, a lot more than some countries when it comes to stuff that doesn't have to do with your area of study. Cue my fridge. My fridge is like, girl, you've been talking for so long. There we go. But my education is going to take 4 years. I had like 2 years of gen eds and basically like 2-ish years, a mix of electives and major requirements. There are technical schools where you just go for what you want to do. Med school, I don't even know how long some of those things take, master's programs, all that. I'm getting a super basic degree, getting a bachelor of arts. I don't know if it's bachelor of arts or science. I think it's arts. I went old school with science. I think it's arts now. Basically, I'm going to college for 4 years. So I have 1 year and a half a semester left after this semester. The last college question is, how has it been making friends at college? I've had so many waves of making friends at college, and it's such a process. I just want to say, like, if you are putting yourself out there, like, keep doing it. It is hard to find your people in this life, especially because I think it's important to be picky with your people. You're gonna be picky with who you know, your presence is a gift, and you want to be careful who you give that to, because it's going to affect your energy as well. So making friends here has gone really well. I luckily had a best friend from high school who goes here, so you know, automatically I see her all the time. Emily, she's been in videos, and I love all of her roommates because they're her roommates and I like her. So like her circle she surrounds herself with it's like automatically kind of going to be people who I would get along with well. I've met a friend. The other people that I've met have been from Instagram DMs actually, and then just like, I would suggest if you're trying to make new friends, like ask them if they want to get coffee, go on a hike, any of those things. Okay, maybe not hike. I feel like I'm too trusting in people sometimes. Some of y'all might be like, you're gonna get killed, but like any like little activity you could do, like DM someone on Instagram who goes to your school and then like be like, hey, I've been wanting to meet more people and your Instagram looks like super cool, you look so fun, would you want to go get coffee sometime? I've been wanting to try new places downtown. If you have recs, we should go try them, or if you want to go somewhere new together, we should go try it. It's kind of just a way. I think it's really important to just like keep meeting new people throughout college, because you want to take advantage of the time you're in a town with like everyone's like basically your age, and also like I said, like prioritize your peace, protect your circle. Like you want to keep meeting new people, because you never want to just settle for friends just to have friends. It's better to be alone than to have crappy friends. So keep meeting people, you'll find your people, and if not, for the time being, be your own person. Okay, and just a few more things on GREECHO before I end this video. I'm not gonna actually clean it just because I just used it and I'm probably gonna have a cup in the morning. So I'm gonna leave it as is, but I wanna read you guys a few cleaning things in case you guys get it and you have questions. So number one, cleaning the brewer exterior. Keep your brewer looking its best. Just clean the exterior, which is the outside of your coffee machine, from time to time. Just clean with a damp, soapy, lint-free, non-abrasive cloth. Never immerse the brewer in water or other liquids. So don't like hose down your machine, if that makes sense. Like, wipe it down with non-abrasive cloth and you'll be set and good. Next, cleaning the drip tray. You guys probably saw it come up when I made my cup of coffee. This little tray down here is great because it's actually much easier to remove than a lot of coffee machines drip trays. So just take it out, and let me see if this has like tips on cleaning that part. Should be occasionally rinse, clean, remove the drip tray, lift it, clean with damp, soapy, lint-free, non-abrasive cloth. So again, clean the same as the outside, and then just place this back, and I'll just keep it nice and clean. Sometimes that part of coffee machines gets so gross, so I'm really thankful the GREECHO is so easy to clean. And lastly, clean the water reservoir and the water reservoir lid, which is just this back part that you guys saw. I took out, filled with water, put it back in. Clean it with a damp, non-abrasive, lint-free cloth. Do not dry the inside of the water reservoir with a cloth, as lint may remain. Allow the water reservoir to dry completely when you clean it. Please rinse the water reservoir thoroughly after cleaning to ensure there is no cleaner or cleaning solutions remaining in the area, as they may contaminate water supply. That's kind of like common sense. Obviously, don't leave soap in it because you might get soap in your coffee then, which we don't want that. So those are kind of like the basic cleaning things. It's gonna come with this guide, which is gonna give you like way more, whoa, something just flew out. But it's gonna give you like way more information on different ways to like clean it and brew it and set it up and everything like that. Everything you need to know. It's actually really helpful. I usually get instructions and I used this and it was easy. It didn't give me a headache, so that's a win. But yes, I want to thank GREECHO again so much for sponsoring today's video. I had such a fun time sitting down and chatting with you guys about college and transferring, because I know you guys are asking questions about that all the time. And I'm here to be your big sis and answer anything. So if you guys have more questions, leave them down below. If I get enough, I'll make a part 2. And if I don't get enough, I'll just reply to your comments. I do try to reply to all my comments. So yes, but that's going to be all for today's video. I'm about to drink this delicious smelling coffee from my GREECHO coffee maker. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Be sure to check out the information on them down below, because seriously, like, they're making my dreams come true with this, right? Okay, see you guys in my next one.
Baby, shine through and come and save me. I've been missing